Okay, so we're going to be getting into this unit, and it will be a drawing unit. We're going to work on how to draw the human face. First thing we're going to do is a little warm-up drawing. Okay, so here's what I'd like you guys to do. Open your book or grab a piece of paper and draw a human face. However it is you draw a human face, that's what I'd like you to do. Do your best at it. Try and get some expression in there. Try and make it as realistic as you can. Start with outlines and pencils, and don't forget to write today's date in the corner. We're going to be comparing back to this at the end of the unit and just see what kinds of things we've learned to do differently over the course. If you get done early, if you got time, you can ink the lines, add shading, add color, add texture. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes on this. Go ahead, yeah, get started. I'll just wait here on YouTube while you are doing that. Or you know what? Better yet, just pause it and come back when you're done. Oh, you're back. Okay, I hope you had good time on there. We're going to be doing, the first thing we're going to be doing in this unit is working on drawing the human eye. Eyes are pretty important when you draw the face. They have a lot of expression. There's lots of little parts to them. And if they're done well, you're probably going to have a pretty good looking drawing. So we want to spend some time working on that. Let's look at a picture of a drawing of an eye. There's a very fancy, very photorealistic rendering of an eye, and it's got lots of parts. So let's look at some of these parts. It's got things like eyelashes. It's got an eyelid. What else do we know? We got the pupil. That's the black part. We got the iris. That's the colored part. Eyebrows. We got this little gross thing in the corner that squirts out your tears. You know, when you're sad about things. Yeah, let's see. Let's get the technical terms for that, shall we? Well, we got the pupil, the iris, the eyelid. Nobody ever knows this one. This is the white part of the eye. It's called the sclera. There you go. If you learned nothing today, you learned that the white part of the eye is called sclera. So go home and tell your mom. Oh, another thing about eyes when we're drawing and trying to draw them realistically is we want to get reflection in there. Your eyeballs they're wet, they're smooth, they're shiny, they're covered in tears that come out of that weird gross thing in the corner and make them have a reflection to them. So any light that's in the room is going to be reflected. You're always going to have a little light there. And you want to get that into your drawing. It will make your eyes look brighter. Okay, our next big rule is that the eye, the pupil, and the iris are covered by the eyelid. Okay, at least partially covered by the eyelid. It will make your eyes look more relaxed. If you can see the entire pupil and the entire iris, your eyes are going to look kind of shocked, kind of like that. And unless that's your mission is to have eyes that look shocked, we want to have them partially covered by the eyelid. So it is a little something I like to call the almond and the donut. So let's put the almond down there. That's going to be the shape of your eye. And your donut is going to be the pupil and the iris. And you can see that it's a little bit bigger than the almond. And we're going to erase anything that's poking outside of that almond. So once we erase that and start adding details to our almonds and donuts, it's going to look something like that. Can you see the almond and the donut hiding underneath? All right. All right, let's get into the real deal here, shall we? All right, let's get into this. Now, we are going to be drawing some eyes. Now, the first thing we're going to do when we're drawing our eyes is we don't want to draw them really tiny. If you were trying to draw a set of eyes and they were that big, there is no way you are going to get the pupils and the iris and the sclera and the eyelashes and the eyelids. It's no way. It is too small. So we are going to make them really big today. So I'm going to draw my first eye. I'll go about that big. Also, if you notice, I've turned my paper sideways. You guys should too. I'm just going to get the basic almond shape for this first one. Okay, so there's my first eye. Now, my first big rule here is the distance between your eyes is the size of one eye. So if this is an eye here, then I should have this equal distance to there. And then that distance is going to be the same as one more eye. So we've got 3 eyes there. One almond, and a gap in between that's the exact same size as those other almonds. Now, your eyes are not exactly perfect like that. Everybody's a little bit different, but that's a good general rule. Okay, so I've got my almonds. They're roughly the same. The other thing is we definitely want to draw them both at the same time. Do not go in and draw all the details of one eye and then attempt to go replicate that in the other. Do them both at the same time as you're going. It's easier to tell if they're in the right space. Usually if I've seen someone and one of their eyes is sort of way above the other, it's because they did them at separate times. Okay, let's draw my donut. Next up, the donut. Let's draw a nice big donut there. Now, the reason why I call this the donut is because we want to make sure that the pupil stays in the middle of the iris. We don't want the pupil kind of wandering off and ending up somewhere else. Okay, there we go. Now that I've got the almonds and the donuts, I'm going to erase everything that's poking out of the side there. All right. Now, the upper eyelid is always going to be a little bit darker. Or the upper, this is where the eyelashes are going to be. It's always going to be a little bit darker on this because you're going to get a little bit of shadow and overhang from your eyelashes. So I'm just going to start by darkening this in. It's a good time to try and make sure that they match a little bit. Okay. Let's figure out where my donut is exactly. Let's add in the reflection. Now, when we add the reflection in, it's going to be in the same spot on both eyes. For instance, if it's going to be on the upper right corner, then this one will also be on the upper right corner. And you can erase out anything that's in there. All right, now let's darken in our pupils just so we know where they're at. Okay, now at this point you need to kind of decide whether you're going to draw a set of ladies' eyes or if you're going to draw a set of doodly-dood eyes. I'm going to draw ladies' eyes. Now, how to draw them differently. Now, everybody, all the humans on Earth, we've all got eyelashes, and they're all roughly the same size. However, we have decided culturally that if you put big spiky eyelashes on a person's eyes, then that is going to look feminine, okay? I guess partially because, you know, ladies put mascara on, I guess. So if you draw big spiky eyelashes on, it will look feminine. Now, the way people do it wrong is they got their eyes and then they draw the eyelashes on and they sort of look like this. They're drawing sort of individual eyelashes, and we don't want to do like that. Again, they look kind of shocked and terrifying. We want the eyelashes to be a solid shape, kind of going into spikies. So I'm just going to add some spikies kind of going around the side there, and they're going to point in an outward direction. Over here, we're going to draw some spikies going out that way, little spikies, and then we're going to fill it in. So you can see I'm making a solid shape out of my eyelashes. I'm not going in there and drawing each individual eyelash. Okay. Next, we're going to draw an eyelid. Now, eyelid is just going to be a simple line showing where the crease is at, and it's just going to be like a little rainbow that goes right over the top. I say rainbow because I don't want you drawing it and then just having it go way off somewhere. It's just a little arc that goes right over the top. Okay, so there's my eyelid. All right, what do we need next? Tear ducts. We're not going to draw them. No tear ducts, okay? That is a level of detail that we're not getting to. If we were trying to draw a perfect photorealistic eye, yeah, we would go in there and draw tear ducts. But we're going to simplify a little bit. They're not that important. And as I've mentioned, they're kind of, icky. Okay, so eyebrows. We definitely need eyebrows. Okay, so eyebrows start, if you go right from where the tear duct is, straight up to about there. That's where my eyebrow's going to be. Don't draw them too low. They're not right above the eyes. There's space in between there. This is your orbital socket going up to your forehead bone. I don't know what the technical name is. The forehead. So we're going to go up to there and we're going to draw starting my eyelashes. Now put your finger on your forehead, not this, on your actual forehead, and feel it. Okay, I'm doing it right now. You can't see it because we're on YouTube. And I'm going to drag it across the front, and you'll feel how it goes across the front of your forehead, and then feel how it kind of curves down when it hits the edge of your forehead. And we're going to do that same thing with our eyelids. our eyebrows. So I'm going to draw a little curve and then curve down a little bit. A little curve and then curve down. Now, everybody's eyebrows are different, so I'm just kind of drawing mine as sort of a smooth curve, sort of like a little comet. Okay. A little bit of eyebrow hair. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is we want to draw, at least get started with where the nose is at. Now, where is the nose? Everybody stick your finger on your nose. The tip, not inside. Not inside. Jimmy, I'm seeing that. Okay. So, tip of your nose. And if you go right on the side of your nose and go up the bridge of your nose, you'll feel that your nose runs into your eyebrow. Okay? Your nose does not go up and ram into the side of your eye. The mistake people often make when drawing noses is they'll draw the eyes, and then they'll draw the nose, and then wham, it like hits right into the corner of the eye. It doesn't do that. Your eyes, you have a nose that goes up and in between and then goes over around the top. And then your other eyebrow's over there. If you do that, you'll get much more realistic looking faces. Okay? So all I'm going to do for now is have a line pointed towards the corner of my eyebrow, kind of coming down. Okay? If you want to get fancy, you can even add in a second one on the other side. All right, so let's see if I got everything. It's looking pretty good. The next step I want to do is I'm going to get away from the pencil and I want to ink it.